And if you wish for something, sometimes your wish comes through, and it had today. So please, Spencer Kelly, welcome up on stage. BBC Click, live on site.
Wow, feels like I'm actually doing it live. That is quite scary. Thank you, Ola. Thank you for inviting me to officially the funkiest conference that I've ever been to. If I can have my lounge furniture back at the end of the show, that would be lovely too. So, hello everyone. For anyone who's lucky enough not to have seen my ugly mug on the TV, my name is Spencer. The program I present is Click, which is the weekly technology show made for the BBC. Thanks for reminding me, which as of right now, is still there, which is good. Contrary to some of the publicity that we've heard. Contractually, that's all I'm allowed to say on the subject, save for the fact that I'm not due back in London till 5 this afternoon, so I might be Director General by the end of the day, who knows. We're going to do it on a rotational basis. It seems like a good idea. Click is a weekly program. It's half hour. It's been on every week since 2000. We're currently on episode 652, series 1, this weekend. Oh, yeah, all right, fine. I think that's never happened before. The DVD box set is going to be awesome when it finally comes out. We're actually made for BBC World, the international BBC News channel. So part of our job is to look at the latest devices, gadgets, websites, cover the latest issues around the world, to look at how technology is impacting people in countries across the technology spectrum, from the richest to the poorest, from the least developed to the most advanced. This year alone, I've been lucky enough to do some pretty amazing things. Sometimes we have to travel in bizarre ways to get to the stories. I've been filmed in 3D by the latest dual-lens 3D cameras. I've been lobbed into the Pacific Ocean, all in aid of showing off this thing, which is a robotic lifeguard. Let me tell you that it's so cold in the Pacific that I needed the wetsuit. We've used the popular cowboy analogy to demonstrate the standoff between the two biggest console makers, Sony and Xbox, only to both be defeated by the mysterious third competitor. I've been turned into an alien at Industrial Light and Magic using the latest CGI and motion capture technology. Don't look too closely at the skin-tight suit. We've played the most realistic air combat game I've ever played, laser tag in real planes. We visited some bizarre hotels as well that had robotic window cleaners, honest, and we've introduced the, well, all sorts of personages to the latest touchscreen technology. And the least said about that clip, the better. But anyway, when you think about the latest, oh no, please don't. When you think about the latest advances in technology, you're often drawn to certain countries, Japan, South Korea, that kind of thing. But one of the things I've found is that some of the coolest innovations, some of the most interesting things happen in the developing world, because their technology and innovation is literally forged out of necessity. Stuff is hacked together because they need it, and they need it now. They're not going to wait for a big technology company to address their needs. Case in point, we've been to India a couple of times, and this is a photo I took of the meeting place in a local village, about 4 hours outside of Delhi. Can anyone spot the technology in this shot? So literally, there's no mobile phones, no technology, barely any electricity there. But what they've done is lash an LED message board to a tree with a rope. Why have they done this? So the kids from this village, they'll grow up and they might want to move to Delhi to get a job, to earn money, send back to the family. It's 4 hours drive to Delhi, but they're going to hitch a ride. It's going to take them a long time to get there. They're not coming back in a hurry. So how do they get messages? How do they text their family and friends who are still in the village? What they've done is solder a SIM card into the back of this LED message board, which means the kids that move to Delhi get a mobile phone and send text messages back to the village. The government can use this to display health warnings and health information for the villagers too. Innovation forged out of necessity. My favorite part of this clip is to show you how they actually do power it. Just go down to the bottom, and that's Indian health and safety writ large there. It hardly ever rains. Oh, no, it does. And then you go to countries at the other end of the technology spectrum. Take Japan, or as I like to call it, the future, where I mean, in the East, they do tend to embrace technology in a way that we don't in the West. You know, we're quite fearful of it over here. In the East, they will attach technology to anything. Now, Japan is a very advanced nation. It's also a very healthy country. People are living longer there than anywhere else in the world. About a fifth of the population are over the age of 65. So Japan is the first country that's facing the next big challenge, in a way. How to care for the elderly without filling up care homes. How to keep them mobile and enjoying life into their second century on the planet. Now, in the UK, we deal with this, as I say, by shoving them all in care homes and then paying for it by selling off their houses. But in Japan, they've applied technology to the situation. If you are an elderly Japanese resident, you can stay in your home and be kept mobile because they have invented a freaking robotic suit for old people. It's genius. You're starting to see this being used around the world now. So it's a pair of legs that will support its own weight, which you can clip yourself into and sit in there. So even if you can't stand, the suit will stand for you. And then they connect little electrical sensors to the inside of your legs on the skin there. And those detect the electrical muscle impulses from your